This is Suzanne Sky again, and I just thought I would tell you that my daughter-in-law gave me the bird recently. Yeah, this bird. She and my son went to a big yard sale, and she got this for me because I used to collect or be really interested in flamingos, still am to a certain degree, and I love this. I like it, well, because it's a flamingo, and because it's old and worn. Her beak is all, some of the paint scratched off of it, and she's faded, and there's a little hole right here where something used to go, I guess. I don't know what. It's not all the way through, it's just in the first layer of the ceramic or whatever that is. But yeah, this is my flamingo. I used to have a bunch of them in the yard, and what else? Oh, and then during Halloween, well, October, I had, instead of the pink flamingos, I had black ones that had white skeleton marks on them, you know, the bones. Really loved those. In fact, I may still have them. I should have them, I think. I still do. I didn't see them though this October, but if I had them, I probably would have put them out. But sometimes the dogs would carry off my flamingos, and so that was, I had to be watchful for them. But anyway, I like it because it's old and imperfect. You know, it's a little bit scratched up and faded, but for me that just makes it better. And I think they're funny, and most of all I like it because my daughter-in-law thought of me when she gave me this bird. So anyway, I'll set that aside here. Right now I've got it sitting on the table in the house, the kitchen area, with two potted plants kind of pushed up next to it, so it sort of looks like she's, you know, in the wild a little bit. What should I name her, do you think? I don't know. I don't want to name her Pinky. That's too common, I think. I think she needs like a fancy old-fashioned name. I don't know. Eglantine? That's not, I don't think so. Actually, I think somewhere in my genealogy, I think there was a woman named Eglantine. Then that was the first I'd ever heard of it, way back. Never heard the name before. But not Rosie. But what should I name her? Something uncommon. Eugenia? What's that name? Oh darn, I don't know. I can't think now. I don't know. If you've got a good old-fashioned sort of fancy name for a lady flamingo, please leave me a comment, because I just can't think of it right now. But anyway, I'll put that aside. Like I said, it was on my kitchen table right now between the two potted plants. But I think when I get going with the yard and gardening this year, if I ever do, I'm going to put her probably out in the big raised bed. I think it'll be safe there, and I think it'll look good, and I can see it from here when I sit on the porch. So let's see what else is going on. I just made a video, the last one, about my clothing haul that I made. very small, just, what was it, 4 pieces, all very casual, you know, stuff like I wear. And so it's really a nice day now. There's very little need for long sleeves and no need for sweaters or anything anymore here in South Texas. Although I think in, what is it, about a week, we're supposed to get some cooler weather overnight, which is like I think it's predicted to be 49 or to hit 49 degrees overnight. Of course, that could change. Oh, there went a ring-necked turtle dove, just flew by. We have had a lot of birds today and yesterday, especially since it's been such nice weather. I've got 4 bird feeders out, and I hope to have at least one more that I can put out that way, straight ahead, so that I can see it when I sit here. But I can't have it too close to the porch or it'll probably scare the birds. And I can't have it too far away where I can't see it well enough to at least identify most of the birds. Most of our birds around here are cardinals. That's what we seem to have the most of. Well, and ring-necked turtle doves too, and also white-winged doves. Those are our 3 most common in our yard. But also there's sparrows, there's green jays, those are my favorites. There's gold-fronted woodpeckers, I really like those too. And red-winged blackbirds, cowbirds, the black variety, you know, that lay their egg. The bad thing about that is, well, they used to follow the buffaloes in the old days and eat the parasites from the buffaloes back. Well, now there aren't any herds of buffaloes, and I guess they could eat from, you know, parasites on cows, but there's not great herds of cows roaming across the state. You know, they're sort of protected in fences now, you know, but anyway, what they do is they lay their eggs in another bird's nest and then break one of the eggs that was in the nest and throw it out on the ground, and so the host bird will feed and take care of the cowbird's birds. So, you know, they're looked down on because they, you know, prey on other species of birds that are maybe more desirable or whatever. So, you know, I don't like that, but, you know, each bird does what they have to do, I guess. But anyway, we had 1 cowbird this morning. I'm not really good at identifying all of them, especially the solid black ones, and we have at least several varieties of solid black ones that come occasionally. The one this morning had red eyes, and so it was supposed to be a male, I think, a male cowbird, and I forget which kind of cowbird it was, but anyway, I looked it up at the time. And what else do we have around here in birds? Wrens occasionally, I don't see them much. Oh, and even the ones I see even less are bluebirds and painted buntings. Painted buntings especially are just beautiful. They have bright yellow, red, and blue on them. Big patches, so they're special, but they're very shy and they mostly stay in cover of brush. But every once in a while we'll have one or two at the bird feeders at the time I'm watching, and that's always great to see. Oh, this fly is buzzing me. Let's see. Well, back to the gardening. The big raised bed that I'm hoping to put Penelope? No, that's not her name, I don't think. Could be. I don't know. But it had phlox and zinnias thick the last few years, but not last year. Last year, I don't know why, no phlox. What we had was very few phlox in that bed, and the zinnias didn't reproduce at all. I don't know why they didn't reseed. But and before that, I planted vegetables in that a different year, and they did pretty good. But maybe, I don't know. And now this year so far, I've only noticed one phlox plant coming up, and the rest is weeds. So I don't think I'm in any shape to dig it up. Maybe I could with a hand trowel. That would take a while though, and I don't know if it's really strong enough or long enough to dig it all up, but I'll give it a try. And then I want to plant a tomato plant or two, cherry tomatoes, because for some reason those do good for me here, and the big ones, at least the ones I tried last year, did not. They didn't do anything at all. And then I would like to plant some green onions as well. And that's the only two things I can think of right now that I really want. My sons and their wives on both sides of us, way down at each end of the property, they have large gardens, so if I need anything, I'm sure they would have it. But I want my own tomatoes and green onions, I think, because I doubt either one of them will grow green onions. But anyway, that's my plan for that. And then I've got all the other smaller raised beds, and I don't know about, I mean, they need their soil replenished, and I don't know really what I would want to grow in them besides flowers or something, which is pretty and I like them, but they're not a food producing crop, so I don't know. At any rate, I would have to buy a lot of soil to fill them up again, because I've got, let's see, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 of them, and that would take a lot of soil. So I don't know. They're not so big, but they're about, let's see, they're about what, a foot or a foot and a half tall, maybe a foot. So I know when I filled them before, well, I gave up before they were totally full, but I put like 6 big bags of soil in them, and now a lot of that has sunken down, or I don't know where it went, dogs dug it up or whatever. So yeah, it would take a lot of soil, and I don't know if I want to buy it, but we'll see. I for sure want to hang at least one more bird feeder. Actually, I could put it in the raised bed there. What I use for bird feeders out that side of the house in front is I've stacked cinder blocks, about 3, I guess, the long way, I mean the flattest way, and then put, what do you call those things? The saucers, the pottery saucers in there, and then to hold the bird seed, and that does real well. If it was out there, I don't know if a bird would come or not. If I was sitting out here, it might be too close. And I need to get another flag for my flagpole that my youngest son gave me. I think we've gone through three flags now with it. Currently I've got the Texas flag on it. The other two were United States flags. But the last time when I went to Walmart to replace it, they didn't have the same kind of flags that fit on that flagpole. So I'll have to look into that. I may have to order one from Amazon or something. But I'll take whichever one Walmart has, whether it's United States or Texas. Like them both. Hello, Travis. What do you got, huh? Good boy, don't knock over the tripod. And I've been thinking about the next holidays coming up, St. Patrick's Day and Easter. And I try to have family dinners on those days with the kids around here that can come and their families. So that's 3 of them, because one of my sons lives in Hawaii and one of our daughters, well, our only daughter, lives in Maryland. So they don't come for holidays, you know, or if they do, it's just once a year or whatever. So anyway, for St. Patrick's Day, I'm thinking of the menu, and I guess my best bet would be a pork roast, baked or cooked in the crock pot, and cold cannon, which is Irish and Scottish, I think, potato and cabbage dish, and what else? Irish soda bread. Yeah, and I'm not sure what else. Not everything has to be the exact theme. But if you've got any good ideas for Irish food for St. Patrick's Day, let me know. And dessert could be shamrock-shaped cookies, sugar cookies. I don't know. Or it could be key lime pie, something green. And then Easter. Oh, there goes the daughter-in-law and son. Let's see, I made a little note here. Oh no, I didn't. For Easter, of course, we'll have deviled eggs. I'm not sure for, what did I write back down? I don't know. Oh, I was thinking of crock pot Hawaiian pineapple and chicken. That would be tasty and easy because it's in a crock pot. I haven't got a lot of energy to be standing up cooking or for any long period of time, so crock pot is perfect. And let's see, crock pot, deviled eggs. No, I don't mean crock pot deviled eggs. I mean crock pot chicken and pineapple. Also make deviled eggs. And I think I've got a recipe for a salad that I really like. It's pasta and vegetables. What do you got, silly boy? He's dragging things off the porch. Anyway, and it's got melted cheese in it, Velveeta type. So I love that recipe, and I've got a lot of the Velveeta type cheese, so that would be good to use. And I'll need to buy pasta though, 'cause I need like elbow roni or something for it. And that's all I can think of for that. But you know, that'll be easier to come up with side dishes, so that's good. At least I like to get a little bit of a handle on dinners before it gets too close, you know. Right now, pork roast for St. Patrick's Day is $1.49 a pound, which I guess is not bad. But I don't have room in the freezer for that yet, but still we've got like what, 3-4 weeks, so I'll have time to use up stuff in the freezer. We don't have a separate freezer, we've got just the rectangle on top of the top part of the refrigerator, and our refrigerator is not even the regular box size, however, that big. It's a size smaller, which is plenty for us, except when we get too much in the freezer, which is what we've got now. So I need to use some of that up in these coming days. Right now I've got just one pound of hamburger thawed out that I'm going to use half for dinner tonight, and then the other half probably for tomorrow night. We'll see how that goes, but then I've got so much more I need to use. I guess I could use frozen vegetables in those meals too, and that would help empty some out. As it is now, I had to take the container that we keep ice in out of the freezer to be able to fit everything else that I've got in there now. Since my husband was gone to the hospitals and then to rehab, we weren't using ice. He likes iced tea, instant iced tea, and I brew tea and just drink it either hot, warm, or room temperature. I don't use ice in it usually. Well, never. So that works for me, but it's not going to work when he comes home, which is he's going to do tomorrow. And oh my goodness, our house, it's a tiny house, but it's the largest tiny house they have. And so it's narrow but long, and it's perfect for us, except right now we've got a lot of medical stuff in there. Of course, his oxygen maker breather thing, that's in the living room, and then luckily we were so blessed. A friend of ours has a lot of leftover, what do you call them, things, contraptions that his mother used, and I think he used some of them too when he had open heart surgery, but he's not using them now, and so he had my son bring all of it over here, and so my husband will have a wheelchair and a walker, which we need. What else is it? There's a toilet, which you may or may not need, and a shower bench to sit on when he's taking a shower, which is probably, you may or may not need it, but it's a good idea for now. But then we've got a large seat thing, I mean large, for a bathtub, which we only have a shower, no bathtub. So that needs to be taken back to our friend, and maybe the toilet and the shower seat too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see how that goes. But in the meantime, man, we're crowded in there. So that's the way that is. And what else? I wrote down a few things. I guess that's it. I guess I've covered everything. Except I wanted to give a shout out to several video creators that I enjoy watching. There's so many of them, and you know, I'm not going to list them all at once because you know, I'll save some for another time. And I already gave let's see, Way Crunchy a shout out previously, I think, and also Uncle Chris, the food pantry chef. I know I gave him a couple of shout outs, so here's the rest, and I will print them out in the description. There's Mimi's Place. She does just the short cooking videos and talks, other things too, but mostly, at least right now, it's cooking. And Life with Misty, that's another one. She also is in Texas, a good bit north of us. And right now, she's doing gardening and cooking videos mostly, but it's like me, it's whatever's going on or whatever she's interested in at the moment. Well, she had a couple of nature ones too, birds and bird feeders. And now she's going to be planting a lot out in her yard, and also cooking. And then there's Boondocking with Dennis. He's in our area too. He's a little farther south of us, around the Rockport area. And he lives in his really nice pickup camper setup, and he drives around and just shows interesting things in the area, and just discussion and talk and different things, just his day-to-day life also, like many of us do. You know, that's what we video, is our day-to-day. And except right now he's in the hospital. He's got heart trouble, and I just hope he can get well soon. He's got to lose a whole lot of weight before he can have surgery. So if you're a praying person, pray for Dennis, that he can get out and lose weight, and that he can have a successful surgery. He's a good guy, you know, and he just has a good personality, and he needs to do that. So please pray for him. Then there's John Ray's Birds. I don't know where he lives, but I don't think it's too close to us. I think it could very well be on the West Coast. I don't know, or the East Coast for that matter. But I know he does a lot of walks along the beach and the nature areas, and he has bird watching. He's got cameras and things to watch his birds out in the yard, and it's very interesting. So if you like nature and hiking and are interested in birds and just nature walks, he's a good one for that. And then there's Maniac Grammie's Homestead, and she lives in Maine, and it's spelled Maine like the state, Maniac Grammie's Homestead. She does crafts and project sharing, journaling, different kinds of art and things, and just day to day also. She's a good one. And then there's Susie's Place, which is another one of my favorites. Susie's is spelled Suzzie_S place. She lives in Texas also, but a good bit north of us, north around the coast. And she mostly does cooking and pantry hauls, food pantry hauls, and food distribution hauls, things like that. Does a little bit of decorating. She likes decorating her table and decorating for all the seasons and holidays. And then she has a huge pantry at her house. She does canning and freezing, things like that too. And then there's Danger Dale. He also does beach walks, walks through the woods, hikes, how-tos, you know, just good advice for like how to make a good campfire, different things like that, and he's interesting. Okay, then there's Shirley's Real Life, and Shirley is spelled Sherley. I'll put all this in the description though. And she does a little bit of cooking, I think, and also some arts and crafts, and she talks about books occasionally. So it's just her day-to-day life too. And then there's Plain Vanilla Grandma. That's another one of my favorites. She does just day-to-day, but it's very interesting. She's got good stories. She talks about books quite often, gives reviews, and cooking videos, and just life when her family drops in, and she films while they're out going to the store or, you know, wherever they're going. And she's got 2 really cute dogs with a lot of personality. And she talks about and shows her plants now and then. So she's just a very interesting, enjoyable person to watch. So I guess that's it for this time. I'll put these, write out these videos in my description. And I just gotta say, it's so relaxing being on this swing outside, and I'm so glad the cold weather is past. I really am. I don't mind the hot weather too much. Of course, it's uncomfortable, and if I'm out doing something or have to go somewhere, yeah, it's really uncomfortable, but I can make do with that. What I can't stand is the cold. So I'm gonna be a happy camper. Oh, not camper, because I don't like camping. Oh my goodness. I used to call camping sitting in the dirt and crying. But most of my kids, well, let's see, how many? 2 of them like it, I think, and well, I know they really do like it. And another one thinks it's okay, you know, nothing wrong with it, it's fine, you know, but it doesn't do it all the time. And the other 2 of our kids, no, I don't think they're into camping at all. But anyway, to each his own. We used to go camping when I was younger, and especially when we just had 2 kids. And then again when we had all 5 of them, but not too often, and I didn't enjoy it. But anyway, it's, most of the family did. And I guess seems like there was one other thing I was gonna say. Well, I don't know. So, me and the bird will say goodbye for now, and I'll turn off the camera. Let me know if you have a good name for this bird. Not Pinky and not Rosie. I think I'm looking for an old-fashioned woman's name that's kind of fancy, like Penelope or Eglantine or something, but not those. Darn it, I just can't think. Well, anyway, if you've got an idea, let me know in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.